Hello everybody and welcome to a very exciting video. Today I woke up with this fiery passion to explore, to discover, to find the best cheap eats of New York City. But I'm not talking about like just one neighborhood, just like one place in New York City. I'm talking about like the entire island of Manhattan. So today I'll be exploring from the south to the north, just discovering the best cheap eats that New York City has to offer. Hi, how are you? I'll take a falafel.
That's it?
Yeah, just the mamouns falafel sandwich. $4 for this incredible and pretty heavy sandwich. Now, before getting into this amazing and delicious looking sandwich, I wanted to address a question that seems to be popping up a lot lately. What camera do you use? How do you make those beginning sequences? You use a gimbal, like what is the secret behind all of that cinematic footage? Now normally in my videos I do use like a basic DSLR camera and the DJI Osmo Mobile 2. Personally, this is one of my favorite gadgets to use for those like cinematic like video projects because it's so light, it can just fit in your hand, and like the only thing you need is your phone. Now, before I get into the specifics on the DJI Osmo Mobile 2, full disclosure, this is an ad. However, I love this product. I'm a full supporter of it, and I'm super excited to show you guys the different features that this thing can do. In terms of features, this thing has a hyperlapse feature where you can literally just walk down the street like just holding it on the point that you want to do the hyperlapse with. There's a super cool motion lapse feature where you just press a dot, then you move it over to the other dot, press another dot, and then press go. And for me, something that I really like to incorporate in videos is that like slow motion, like very like smooth footage. Also a feature that's like really awesome about the Osmo Mobile 2 compared to the Osmo Mobile 1 is this is a 15-hour battery life. So you can use it as a gimbal and also a power port for your phone. And if you're like me and you have 15% battery at all points throughout the day, it's very efficient. Now, the thing that gets me about this product, of course the features are amazing, of course the specs are amazing, but what comes along with it is a very cheap price, something that's cheaper than the original Osmo Mobile. Anyway, enough about my love affair for the DJI Osmo Mobile 2, onto the falafel. Oh my gosh, wow. Like when I opened this, I just like was erupted with like flavor, just like it just like erupted in my face. Oh yeah. Something that sets apart this $4 falafel from like all the other, cheap falafels of New York City is the actual falafel balls itself. If you go to a random food cart in New York City, you'll see falafel like $4, $5. But if you get this falafel, 9 times out of 10 it'll just be like some falafel that somebody like warmed up from the freezer. But this falafel, like there's heart to it, there's like ingredients in it, there's like a bunch of seasonings that are like original to it. Yo, what's up, man? How are you?
One of your videos right now.
No way! That's awesome. Funny. How are you, man? What's your name?
Brandon, man.
Brandon, great to meet you, man. Dude, I'm making a video right now. It's so funny. Cool. What video are you watching right now?
Living Cheap with the dollar meal.
Oh, yeah. So cool,
I started with the video of your apartments because I'm looking for an apartment right now, too.
Oh, okay. That's sick.
That funny.
That's awesome, man. Vegetable and egg noodle soup with hand-pulled noodle. Hand-pulled noodles and egg and vegetable soup. These noodles just look incredible. As we saw in the store, they hand-pulled them right in front of us. And uniquely, this is a vegetable broth soup. So vegetarians, okay for you. Oh yeah, just look at that delicious soup and hand-pulled noodles. Oh man. It's about like 10 a.m. right now, and 10 a.m. is kind of a weird time between like breakfast and lunch and something called, brunch. But I don't know, for me, soup is one of those foods that, at least in the Chinese culture, at least in the Vietnamese culture, at least in like different Asian cuisines, you can eat soup for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Like you have everything in there. You have like the, starchy carbs, you have the vegetables from the veggies, you have like that nice sweet and salty flavor from the broth. Like For me, soup, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And to be honest, like in the winter time in New York City, if you go to the park, you either need to be drinking tea, you need to be eating soup, or just something warm, because this just, oh my gosh, it feels so good. Okay, that was just absolutely delicious. I hope you guys enjoyed like my love affair with that soup and noodle and soup, and oh, it was just amazing. Anyway, now let's go on to a restaurant that of course is absolutely delicious, but also has one of the most epic locations you can have in New York City.
I watch the city grow. My life in rewind slow-mo.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hello.
I'll take the chicken stew.
To go?
To stay. Okay, so I'm here at El Sabraso, a Ecuadorian restaurant in the back of a loading dock. This is probably the most unique place I've gone to for a restaurant location in these videos. So I'm so pumped to see how this food is. I went with the chicken and stew with rice and beans, and it just looks absolutely delicious. First reactions. You know, I lived in Colombia for 6 months and I got obsessed with frijoles, like rice and beans basically. But frijoles, it's different. You know, there's like this like sense of just like soul to it. You know, in the US when we cook beans, we usually just like pour them out of a can or we make it like very simply. But frijoles, they put like just heart and soul into them, and these things are just, they're incredible. You know, like the flavor is just like absolutely infused like in that chicken. Like it's just, it's an absolute flavor bomb. And the bone is officially clean. The food was just incredible, so I'll definitely be back next time. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye. Have a nice day.
Bye.
I don't think I've ever eaten in a loading dock before. That was so cool. Like when I was eating, people were just like coming by with packages, coming by with like different things to load onto trucks. Like that was such a cool experience. Now we're gonna continue uptown, and if you see here, we're on 37th Street right now. And more uptown, it's like getting into the Times Square area, which for me is one of the hardest areas for cheap eats. However, I have a place to show you guys that will just blow your socks off. I don't know, let's just go.
You can call me old school, but this shit is ancient. One more accordion, I'll lose my patience. Good Street sounds Grand Central Station. New York, baby, come back to take it.
I hear you guys are the best Cuban of New York City, is that right?
Very good.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm here at Maragon, which is a Cuban cuisine style restaurant. For me, it's the best restaurant like in the Midtown area because they just have the best Cuban sandwiches in New York City. The sandwich does come at a total of $9, which is a little bit much for a cheap eats. However, the sandwich is massive. Like I'm talking about like look at that sandwich, like it's huge. So for me, I usually come here with a friend. We usually split it, so I would say it's like $4.50 a person normally. Wow. Like I'm talking wow. Like if you need like something to take you away with different flavors, like having everything meshed together, taking you on a flavor trip, this is the place to come to. Like look at all that meat, all that sauce, like the pickles, like everything goes so well together, from like the sweet flavor to like the bitter flavor to like just the like base of the toasted bread. Like oh.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you so much for the food.
See you again.
Yeah, no, yeah, I definitely will be back. The food was just incredible, and thank you for telling me the story of the business.
All right, just a little bit.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, next time we dance around. Salsa, okay. You know, of course it's for the cheap food. Yes, it's like, it's great to find cheap food. But what I find is when I do like live cheap, when I do eat cheap, you find the most incredible family businesses. Like, these are family-owned businesses. These are places where people come every single day to, that talk like they're family members when they're really not family members. Like, I love that. Next time, we're definitely gonna dance there. But let me know in the comment section below if you guys like this kind of like exploration type video of going from like different parts of Manhattan to each other, or even just different parts of New York to each other. It's really quite unfortunate when your camera decides to die right in the middle of your sign-off speech. But anyway guys, before I end this video, I just wanted to thank DJI again for allowing me to showcase the DJI Osmo Mobile 2. This thing's awesome. I love showcasing it in today's video. So I'll be sure to leave a link below to the DJI Osmo Mobile 2 website, and I'll see you guys next time.